Hey everyone, Grandmaster Ben Finegold here with the video of my game today. It's a funny happenstance, if that's the right word. In the last round, I didn't get to play anybody because there were 6 people in the tournament, and last night after the round, one of the players dropped out, so there were 5 people, and there's 5 rounds, and I'm one of the people. So the only person I didn't play, I played in round 4. That's the game I'm going to show now. And then in round 5, I didn't have anybody to play. And there were 4 other people in the tournament, and they actually had legal pairings. So I got a full point bye. And my friend Dominique Myers asked, when's the last time I got a full point bye? I don't know. So, 30 years ago. Okay, so that was funny. Anyway, I won the game, which I'm going to show you. And I was playing Cindy G. She's 2060 USCF, and she's from Gainesville, Florida. Never played her before. And in round 4, Ben Moon was black against Zapata. Those are the 2 guys that I drew. And Ben Moon won with black. So he's currently playing Cindy G. I think he's white, but I'm not sure. If he wins, I tie for first with Ben. It's all about the Benjamins. And if Cindy wins or draws, then I'm clear first. Yay. Okay, let's have a look at the game. I'm sitting the other way. Normally you see that way because I'm sitting in that chair and my wife was doing stuff, so I'm sitting this way. So I can look outside and you can see the tournament room behind me. So a slightly different view than before. Okay, I'm white and played d4, and I had a King's-Indian. The other game I was white, which I made the video yesterday. And this game was a Nimzo-Indian. This is pretty funny. So it used to be everybody played a3, and then I didn't do that. I played bishop g5. I didn't like bishop g5 after a while, so I started playing knight f3. And then I started playing e4 a little bit. And then I started playing bishop g5 a little last year, mainly online. But anyway, I still never played a3. I never will. Rawr. I play e4. And I have a game I beat Tatev, and a game I beat Sukandar, Irene, in this position. I drew a game in Chicago about 4 years ago. Got to 2300 when I made a blunder like the next move. Anyway, Cindy played d6, so this is my game with Robert Hess from the U.S. Championship 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe more than that, maybe 5 years ago, I don't know. Anyway, in that game, Robert had played d6 before against d4, so I had a lot of prep, and I ended up getting a winning position in the early middle game, and then I blew it and was lucky to draw. And I just forgot what to do against d6, which is very funny. a3 is the main move. You can also play what I did, and e5 is a move, and bishop g5 is a move. And I transposed actually to my Hess game, because I played a3 now. And now Robert Hess played knight c6. You could probably find that game online somewhere in your database. I don't think I made a video of it, but I might have. I don't think I've ever made a video of that game. If I did, it's on the St. Louis channel. I didn't make one online. Okay, that game ended in a draw. So I've had this position before. And Cindy played c5, which is also a move, but I didn't know it. Though, if she'd played knight c6, I wouldn't have known that either, even though I've had it. Forget stuff. Okay, so you can play knight e2 or d5 here. Knight e2 is more common. Yeah, play d5. And now Cindy played like an unknown move. They usually just play knight bd7, I guess. She played knight e8. And these moves are okay. Okay, and here I thought she should take on f4 and then just play really passively and try to put a knight on e5. So, for example, I think this is how black should play. Now either f6 or queen e7, and then, put a knight here and so forth. Let's see, was that an important text? Let's see. Take a commercial break here. That's funny. It's an article about me, written in 2004. That's funny. I remember that too. Okay, that was from Ryan Chester of St. Louis. I'll get back to him. Interrupting my video. All right, so where was I? Yeah, I think black can play this way. And after the game, I analyzed the game with Cindy, and I told her I thought her next move was losing, but it's not a good move, but it's probably not losing. Okay, she played f5. I don't think f5 is a good move because I think the one bad thing about white's position is his bishop on d3 is not very good. Now it's pretty good. And some of you would think, well, you have these double terrible pawns. But actually, and I said this after the game, there's a lot of variations where black is trying to get the knight to d4. You know, in these kind of closed positions, and sometimes the knight gets to d4 or tries to, but I don't worry about that anymore because my pawn's on c3. So I actually like the fact that I'm controlling the d4 square and I don't have to worry about that. Okay, and this is like the last position of the game where black can continue to play. We analyzed afterwards. I didn't see the correct way of playing, but the computer almost refutes it anyway, although I don't think I would have. She should take and then play g5, although I didn't see g5. And she saw it after she made her move, so it's too late. And then the engine says, in this position, I should play e5. And in fact, if I don't play e5, then I have nothing. So I don't know if I would have found e5, because here there's many ways to sacrifice, but when we analyzed the game, I thought I played bishop d2, and then I thought it was a decision whether to play knight f5 or knight e2, but actually e5 is very strong. And she actually has to take on e5. If she takes the knight, then this is winning for white. And the reason is I have rook f8 mate, so if like you trade rooks and take my bishop, then this is mate. So yeah, the computer gives a huge plus for white, even though white's down a piece. White's got queen g6 to h6 and bishop f6 and e6, and okay, these pieces are ridiculous. So this is like completely winning for white. So after e5, the computer says white's much better. It gives some line like takes, check. Queen g6 is possible with the idea of queen h6. And I mean, it's very complicated, obviously, because my pieces are all hanging and trapped, and she's getting mated, and she hasn't moved any of her pieces yet. So position doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, a computer likes white. So that's what should have happened. And after that, I didn't see g5, and she didn't either until after she moved. And she played a bad move, queen h4. And strangely, I played a good move here. Of course, I can just take all the pawns, and the computer likes white. The idea behind queen h4 is if I try to win material by just taking forever, I have to watch out for queen e1. So for example, if I just take forever with reckless abandon, and I got more pieces than she does, now she has queen e1 and she mates me next move on f1. So I can't just keep taking. Anyway, I stopped queen e1, I connected my rook, developed a piece, and it was the right move. I played bishop to d2. And I can't really suggest a move here for black because, I mean, black doesn't have any development on the queen side. I have all my pieces out. And now f5 is really attacked because my rook on a1 is doing something. It's stopping queen e1. It defends my rook on f1. My rooks are connected. And now I'm just ready to just keep taking. F1's not defended. And the issue is if she takes on e4, which was one of her ideas, her queen leaving the d6 pawn isn't good. During the game, I was intending on playing g3, I think. I had briefly looked at rook f... Whoa! Man, it did it again. It hasn't done this in like a while. It's been a while since it's done that. Okay, and it's going to keep doing it, I guess. Yeah. I looked at like rook f4 in this position, and then g3. But anyway, it's not good for black because black doesn't have any development. So, yeah, and my bishops are going to be open now. So she made another bad move, but I think the engine already says I'm winning. But there's winning and there's like really winning. So the game didn't last very long after her move. She played knight h5. And unfortunately for her, I could just ignore it. I mean, she's undefended f5 again because her knight was defending f5 and now it's not. So I can just keep taking things. So I did. And yeah, I'm up a pawn, and she has a lot of pieces on the queen side. So yeah, this is just losing. I have 2 bishops. I have passed pawn on d5, or king's open. Yeah, so she could resign the last couple moves, but okay, kept playing. Threatened mate in 1. A lot of moves win. I played the best move, bishop h6, because it defends mate and threatens mate. So that's pretty good. She stopped rook f8 mate with knight d7. And the engine says like every move is plus 10. Of course, I'm a human, so I play the simplest. I could start attacking, rawr, but bishop f5 I think is the simplest because it gets rid of her play, but doesn't get rid of my play. So obviously, I'm threatening to take her bishop. And so, yeah, so she took. And yeah, I thought she would play king h8 here and then rook g8, but it's just silly. In fact, the computer announces mate in those positions. Because after here, obviously queen takes knight wins, but this is forced mate. And I saw queen h5, and then I thought here, and I thought I would win the knight anyway, but actually bishop g5 is crushing. Because I have all these good things happening. Okay, so she played knight b6, and again, everything wins. I played bishop g5, and now I have unstoppable threats, queen f7 and bishop f6, or queen g6 and bishop f6, and you can't really stop either one. So she resigned here. Computer already announces mate. So that was a relatively easy game. I only used 12 minutes on my clock. I think Cindy used about 25 or 30. We were both playing pretty quickly. So I'm either clear first if Ben Moon draws or loses. Likely he'll win because his opponent's 300 points lower rated, but you never know. So if he does, let's see, I'm getting updates on YouTube. Very confusing. Text and updates. Man, my wife just left. Rawr. She's going to Staples and Best Buy and buying stuff because we haven't bought enough stuff yet. Yeah. So yeah, actually, I think almost after every round I came back to the chess center and did some work. Yeah. Okay, we open Saturday, September 9th, as you know. My son and his girlfriend Lulu are coming to visit tomorrow for 3 days. Somebody in the comments said, is that Lulu from St. Louis Chess Club? Yeah, she worked there for about a year. And yeah, I think she's worked there about a year. And she's lived in St. Louis, I guess this week is her 2nd year. I think she moved in September 2 years ago. So she lived in St. Louis for 2 years. We're friends with her dad. And actually, Lulu lived in my apartment for a few months while she was dating Spencer. And then she moved into his building, and now they have the same apartment. And I moved away. So life is complicated. But yeah, they're going to visit for a few days. My birthday is on Wednesday, and they'll celebrate my birthday with me. And then on Friday, my good friend from Michigan, Will Rhee, who's a 2000 player, is coming for the grand opening. So we have a player coming from Michigan for the grand opening. Hopefully we'll get 5 or 6 dates in, and hopefully we'll get 100 people. That's my goal, 100. Go 100. And I hope you guys can come and play in the Blitz tournament and have our free food and drinks and enjoy our chess center. All right, see you guys next time. Don't forget, donate, subscribe, like, follow me, enter our tournaments. What else are you supposed to do? Join the chess club. Rawr, do as I say. Bye, everyone. Boo, Trump.